Hi, my name is Keneagy, and I'm an HRIS and Learning Specialist at Woodard and Curran. Woodard and Curran is an engineering operations and science firm that was founded right here in Maine. We're over 1,000 people, and we have offices all over the country. We focus on water and the environment and everything in between. My job at Woodard & Curran is in the Human Resources Department. I work with our HRIS system, which is where we store our employees' information, and it's called Workday. I work with that system, and I also work with helping provide training to everyone within the organization. Every year, Workday rolls out new features, and I get to test those out in our test environment, which we call Sandbox. And that allows me to try out the new features, see how they work, see how they might work for our business, see what we can use, see what we might not need. When we roll out those new features, I also get to create all the content to teach our employees how to use it, whether that be making regular how-tos. I also make how-to videos. I work on a series I call Workday at Work with Chris, and every quarter I release a 5-minute video which allows our employees to learn new tips and tricks and different things about Workday in a fun and informative way, something I have a lot of fun with. I thought I was going to go into college to be in IT, but I actually fell in love with HR after I took one of the classes there, and this position allows me to blend both my IT love and the ability to help everyone in our organization. So where I get to work with systems every day, it's great, but I also get to talk with and work with employees all over the organization at all levels to understand what their needs are for Workday, what their training needs are, where we might be able to offer training or support to our employees where we need to. So it's really a win-win for me. I've been with Woodard and Curran over 10 years now. Actually started out as an intern. I took the internship right out of college. So all I knew was what I learned in school. And Woodard and Curran has been awesome, teaching me everything I need to know on the job, which really supplemented what I learned in school, which was really helpful. And I really love what I do. I get to work with so many different people and work in so many different facets. You know, I'm not limited to just working on our system Workday or just working on training. I work with our recruiting teams. I work with our engineers. I really get to work with everyone. So it's nice to get to work with a lot of different people, learn from them, and be able to help them in any way that I can. Before I was in the position I was in now, I was a technical recruiter, and I supported all areas of the business, but primarily I focused on supporting our operations group. Woodard and Curran operates water and wastewater treatment facilities and more all over the country, and my hiring efforts were supporting the operators that work in those plants. It gave me a very unique insight into all the different career opportunities that exist in the water field as well. Our operators, both on water, wastewater, industrial wastewater, and more, are so dedicated in what they do. They help provide clean water to the communities that they serve. So a typical day for me, I do a lot with Workday, as I mentioned, and that is testing new features. So we have a test environment where it looks just like Workday, but it's fake, and that allows me to be able to test new features, try things out, learn new updates that are coming out, and familiarize myself with them. So when we roll them out to the organization, I can be knowledgeable and help them understand it. It also helps me build our training content for those features, whether that be making videos, making how-tos. I field questions from people in our organization when they have questions about how do I do this, or can you help me understand this a little bit better. So I spend a lot of time getting to know the people within Woodard and Curran, which is awesome. I have a close relationship with a lot of different people. We're over 1,000 people, so there's a lot of opportunities to learn from others as well. I get to hear how they're using the system and help make updates to best suit as much people as we can. My education really helped me for this position. I went to St. Joseph's College in Standish, and I actually majored in human resource management. I went in undeclared, and I took a few different classes in different subjects, and one of them was Intro to HR Management, and fell in love with it. So I continued on. I was one of 4 people. It was a relatively new degree program at the time, so I was one of 4 people that graduated with that major. And it really prepared me for what I do. A lot of my classes were not in the classroom. They were doing projects and partnering with companies within the area. I worked with LO Bean on some different benefits plans. This is actually how I got to know Woodard and Curran. I did 2 projects for them and actually presented to some members of the HR team and the CEO at the time. So I really got to know the organization and kind of fell in love with it that way. But it really prepared me, with presentation skills and putting myself out there. Being a college senior, walking into an organization, making recommendations on different HRIS systems and applicant tracking systems and different things, really set me up for success in what I do now. Staying up to date on HR, certifications and regulations is very important in what I do. This past year I did obtain my SHRM CP, which is from the Society of Human Resource Management. It's a 4-hour exam and requires quite a bit of studying and prep work. They do have another certification as well, the SHRM SCP, which is Senior Certified Human Resource Professional. I have not attained that one yet, but I am very proud of my SHRM CP. It was something I had to work really hard for. I studied for about 4 to 5 months prior to the exam. That was super rewarding to me, something I had wanted to do for a long time, but really committed to it, and it paid off. So I was very excited about that. HR is really an important part of business. I work on the HR solutions side of things with Workday and training, but I've also worked on the recruiting side, and there's other parts to HR as well. There's a lot of different parts to HR. It's not just one thing, and we really get to partner with everyone in the organization, which is really important to me. I like to talk to people. I like to engage in conversation and help people as much as I can. And in the career path that I've chosen, I really get to do that, and I get to work with cool technology. So it's a really rewarding career for me.